Yeah. Somewhere up in the space, I'm somewhere up in the space, I do not even know where, okay. I'm just floating up in the space. That's the cricket creature, man. He's just floating up in the space. That's the creature up within the space. That's the creature as he is just on his way, looking at some clouds as they are moving by in their own way. Yes, the motion as it goes not too fast and not a bit too slow. Balance that you ought to find. What is separation within the mind? Association, that distinction that you make. That is a separation that is not from me, Not instead of just set myself free. All of those boundaries, now they are not for me. I am just going in my own type of way. You can handle up the creatures as they move, okay. If they can do what I do, then I like, oh, let's just go and pull through, multiply, and we just amplify. The output efficiency would be proficiency, see the effectiveness determined, that is by me, the psyche. Now I just go and indicate the problematic ideology within my brain. I say it is okay, so I just float and I just go in the type of way. Let's meditate and sit up in the grass, looking at the moonlight. This is where I am at. I'm just chilling and I'm vibing in my space, thinking about all of the memories in my brain. I've made life quite a bit, now we'll look back at it. And I ain't like that, it's just exactly how I like it. I look in the mirror and I'm proud of what I see. I look at my work and I ain't like this, it's just what I've made my reality. Look at this empire now in my brain. I create, regulate, I've got the power within me. And I feel like I am unstoppable, but I've got the rationality. Now that was just a goal, now I do understand skepticism. Yes, can you even comprehend? If you want a bit of this and you just want a bit of that, but have you even gone through the trajectory to get there, man? I'm just here, and I'm there, like I go, teleporting like throughout the globe. Hey, have you ever seen a creature that is just minding his own business, just as it be? No even complaining about a thing that comes his way, just finds a way to have a sense of gratitude in his brain. That satisfaction, appreciation, what I need. That's the valuation, that is what I need. Got a key, I'll hold it in my hand and open the door. Fuck the shit, I kick it in and I ain't like, alright. In the moonlight too. Luna, Luna, Luna. I said Luna, Luna. That is Luna. That is Luna, Luna. That is Luna. I am up here on a tree, looking around, what did I find? There are lands that spread endlessly, grasslands, nothing else, and I see there is no house, not in front of me, no pollution, no cars, no nothing that I can't see. There is just me, and in this entire place, the environment and I, we attune in the right way. You've got to find the sense of synchrony within the brain. That is the resonance that you can find up into place. Have you ever looked at some water while you just sit, listen and you see, then you synchronize the vision with the auditory perception within the mind. Subconscious yet they define, yet the conscious primarily what you ought it to be. You pick some characteristics that are perceived by thee. Now you say that it is your reality, but what is it really? Actually, have you ever meditated upon that within your brain? Well, I do that upon a day to day. Where am I at? Presently up in this place. I just know where I go without knowing it though. I've yet seen that the patterns would be proving to be the rhythm of reality. Chaos, the natural state, the natural order as it goes. Balance, yeah, that is just one of those flows. Imbalance, correction, you better know. What is that? Correction within the brain. What is that? Now, hey, I just calibrate. I am just up within the space as I accumulate the capacity within my brain. I start to look at literature, did I it right? I try to interpret that and then be like, alright. Make a book, wrote that within like 3 hours though. I am on my way, 7th book, you already know. Dashie, vacation. I'm just up, this is my situation. I found out the key, I know how to get all the way to the top, see. But the truth would be that a lot of this awareness comes with sadness too. You see how it is good, you see how it is bad, you see how it is actually how you ought to understand. Perspectives would be based, feeling that I do associate, but then I bind it in a way that it is provoking the wrong reactivity within my brain. That is not beneficial, does not serve its purpose anyway. So I say, if it is all up to me to construct what I do within me, then I do it accordingly. I've got a plan and I better work it out. Be some hearts behind, and this is what I'm about. I look at the tree, telling me about old stories that you never seen within a book. Yeah, reflection now. Did you get your mind shook? Focus, concentrate, potency, do accumulate. Yo, man. Just life. Live life. Live life. Live life. Every time that an impulse occurs, it takes time to travel throughout your system though. The time that it takes, the moment where it was even provoked in the first place. See, you live in the past when you refer to that what you can't see within your head or in front of you, around you. Sensory perception, that would be physiology intertwining like physiology. What they see, now this is not just psychologically, but rather I just advance objectively. See the manifestation of physicality as I had all portrayed it to be, and that is actually me. I'm just going in my way because I've looked at it for quite a bit. All of the strings, you try to grab them, but the responsibility would be the familiarity with getting to connection. I'll get you, understand. Now, what is that? Can you comprehend? Exactly, not connecting like I do that within my head. From node to node, neurologically advanced like the bed to get to know. See the neurons within my brain and fire at different rates. What is the potency potential I ought to see? Not just like I want to be up into place. Precision, I focus and I just put that up into place. I was like I will do it and I just go out and do it. I want to be like I pursue it. I can pistol when I do not do what I set out to do. Motivate and create, I'm constructive in my ways. I just go creative, yes that is my flow. And intuition, yes, hell yes, that is just my way. I'll navigate throughout this big place. If I do not know, better get to know. Don't question would be the question that I did not ask in the first place. If you are not content with the present, it means that you are looking for something else than what is presently. That is not me, I take my time to study. I observe and I look around me, see the water as it hits, that's the wave synchronized within my brain. Visual input that I can see, that's the rhythm and flows that are all within me. I'm just like, how could it be? Neurons would fire in these ways, all of these alpha and beta types of ways. What does it even mean? I do not know, but I can see it, visualize it, yes you know. Visualization potential would be my ability to imagine that what I had ought to see, the focus, that direction. Yes, I express my intent eternally, but sometimes externally, and then you can see the product of the enemy, but not necessarily, so do not assume it to be. Hey, I'm just here and I be putting it up into place. The cause would be something that is the context. Now I be. As I'm walking, catch me alone there. Triggers forests where I stay. You can see country fields, rivers through clouds. They are moving into space. Can you see the elephant? I am like, where is it even at? I look at all of the things that will occur within my head. My homie was like, what is that going on within your mind? I tell him, listen up, I cannot always work the metaphysical, that it's just what is up. But at the same time, I do perceive as now you have asked, I provoke it all to be. I start to see that I have many different chords, many different ways that I can articulate this bigger place. There are so many different ways, but I have developed this weird all type of way that there is a sense of concurrency within my brain, in a way that I can just do multiple things at the same time, though procedures that are just similarized in a way that it is just singularized, like put up into place. Have you ever seen creation as it be? You've got the vision, better hold it, recognize and never replace the present with the what gets you closer to the where you want to be at. The only difficulty is what is in between of you and that where you will go. It's the action, reaction, type of flow. It's a trajectory, conditions that you need to fulfill though. What is that what you need to be? Prerequisites, do you know? I'm just looking at the bark of the tree and I say it looks just like what is within me. The brain as it is doing all of this weird kind of communication. What is that situation? Look at it though, it's just cruising like he is flowing up in the zone. That's the dash wave, that's the Dashie though, that's the Dashie though, and that's just how we go. So I'm looking at the stars and I see the moon far up. I am just like, that is a beautiful life. Hecate, Hecate, Hecate. As I hold this torch in my hand, I walk and I engage. All of the dark tunnels know I am not afraid. Here we go, I am on my way. Powerful, this is that D-A-S-H. Age, my time. I rise. Yeah. Laying up in the grass, somewhere far away, just reading my book anyway. There are some people passing by too. They are talking about like, what does he even do? I wonder in my brain, why can't people not just take the time to reflect upon that what they have made? Because there is a lot that you left up within the past, decisions that you have made. What are the consequences that will follow? And considering the fact that I live up in the past, a memory within the head, what is that? Reality, my friend, experience based. Now this is just what I say, sensory perception that is occurring within the brain. As I perceive and I just start to articulate these new types of ways. I've seen the change coming from miles away, okay? Yeah, I've been looking at it every single day. The moves, the waves, and they are so fascinating to me. What is that? Just as it goes, blowing and flowing like this is all that it knows. Seen the caterpillar that was on a tree. I also seen the caterpillar hanging right in front of me. I grabbed the caterpillar, put it on a stick. Caterpillar goes so wild, what is this? It just flew away. I could not find the creature within the space, but then I just suddenly found another grip that was just crawling over the road. My mom and I did not know what kind of creature it was though, but I grabbed the thing and I just put it in the grass, because the asphalt now that is going to be bad for the creature. I found a dried up frog too, because these roads now they are not cool. They are hot and they're fucking everything up. Carbon monoxide that is released when there is a lot of heat. Now look it up, yeah, look at it carefully. What are the rates of cancer that it causes though? That's quite insane, look at the statistics bro. This world is not meant to be so pretty though. Nah, beautiful, that's what they like to believe. That is the mistake that you made in the first place. Judge at the hand of that what is in the present. Articulate perspective based, it can be as you make it out to be. Yes, it is your responsibility. You've got to create in this way. Once you execute the code that you say within your brain, not in terms of human terminology as is ordinarily understood to be. Language as birth the standard, but I know that within my dome there is another realm, another type of way, a space so empty it has never even seen the light before. But fill it up as I move in and it lights up, it illuminates a torch in my hand, it all makes sense, okay? Creatures, we have arrived. Is this that Dashie way? Yo, I'm just just a bit in that shiny, I'm just sitting on my throne, yeah. I'm just up on the amnesia haze. I'm just up, yeah, up in my space. Since I'm up and I'm up within my bigger place. Since I'm up and I'm up, sitting on my throne, okay. I'm just looking all around as I get up. I walk outside and I ain't like, but it's just up. I look up at the stars, I look up at the clouds. No matter whether it rains or there is a bit of sun right now, I am going outside just to release my brain. I need to enlighten the space that I have got to retain. I maintain and I ain't like, well yes okay, what is there to capacitate for me next? I do not know. Structurally advanced, cosmologically advanced, caterpillar, that's my second name. I am just like an anomaly within the space, cannot be explained. Hey, this is exactly how it was meant to be. Shape shift like focus, reality, create, interpret internalities. What is this? Externally expressed as a C, but that is not necessarily C seeming not to be. What is that word? How, when, where, how? Now this is what I am about. Look, from step into A, yeah, all the way to C. Implied now I see indirectly at a depth of 3. Yeah, metaphorically. Can you even get this logic nowadays? That you can't even comprehend it. Nah, secret language type of shit. It's that dash wave, where is he at? I do not know. Contextualized reality, it does not have to relate to anything that has ever been seen. It could just be an expression of me intuitively. That's the purity, that's the secrecy, that's the potency. Recognition, that's the key. Keep hitting at the same thing for long enough and it will give up. You're gonna get through. That is what I do. I've been doing that. I've been like, yo, I just want to be pursuing that. Keep on pursuing that until infinity. Yo, I cannot stop, now I feel it fitting me. I have already made peace with the fact that there is not even certainty. It is going to be as it is regardlessly of what I've got within my own brain. That's conception-based reality. Contextualized it could forever be, but slimmed down by standardized society. Indoctrinated through all of the education system. Standardized like this is just what it is and nothing else now. But I'm like, oh nah, fuck man. Before I continue with this fire, the album, the essence thereof, is already made the album. I made like 2 versions of it already, but I wanted to redo it because it is from like 223, I think, and this is 225. So cosmologically advanced, cosmologically advanced. Caterpillar, 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 caterpillar. They be saying you live in a dream when I talk about a sea flu flying around. When I look outside and the art creatures too, they are awesome trees, they are just doing what they like to do. I've been called crazy before, but I know that I am not. See, I've got the clarity within the mind in different ways. See, rationality, you're hard to find the skepticism. Can you even comprehend the context that is lacking, man? Now the context will give the meaning though. You see, the intent makes the difference between what I mean, you know. Internally, yes, I kept it all. You do not know, now your brain is so small within this domain. For I have got the right within my own brain to do what I wish, for it is my space, my time. Something that you cannot take, I can only give at the end of the day. And you cannot earn that within this bigger place. Whatever it may be, some call it a game. A simulation is some for types of ways to quest. That is eternal life, all of mirrors is inside. Yeah, but I'll walk by, do not go in there though, because I've learned a lot, you know. You've taught me through trial and error what to do. I've lost myself so many times at will, because I was like, yo, I want to learn. I need to wisdom in my brain. How else am I going to withstand this hurricane? That's life. Now I can, I'm a strong tree, a big oak, and I am not going to break seed. And even if I do, then I will just regrow. I am infinitely the symbiotic state. It is that it's just what I've got within me, and outside of me I express, as this is the interconnectivity. I want the resonance kind of effect as I vibrate at the same rate of the tree that I touch. Okay, electromagnetically fueled, now I got it in me. Neurogenesis not there like yo. Gaining even if you're still district from the brain, I would be neuroplasticity. You better get used to it. See, now I have got like 8,000 milligrams of lion's mane up in my brain, and it's going on quite insane. Neurotropic out of effect as these neurons get a reason to survive, and I just am retaining all of these things that I accommodate for. I like yo, retainment like never before. Cerebral effect would be because of cannabinoids that I inhaled previously. About to try some new strain, yeah, straight to the bong though. Inhale the vapor now, that is so strong. I didn't know that the salt is kind of stuff. Felicia hates Dashie quite a bit, but damn it, it's not been tough. But it has been tough for a little creature like me, but that is just his life, it's meant to be. Hey, I'm like yo, I see flying floof. You know, just a block of floof that is flying through the sky. You know, that does happen. Like there are flying plugs of floof everywhere, and there are certain trees that also like it is whenever there are branches falling off trees naturally, or like other kinds of things that blossom. I just see it like a tree losing hair. You know, it's more accurate than you think. You know? But I'm like, see any 3 stars within sight, then just do draw a line, a triangle that you will find. What is that in my mind? A structure now that do not mind. Yeah, I did construct it in the mind. I was like, this is really mine. What is that? This is just that life. Whenever you lose your peace, you've got to retreat. Find the peace of mind, the element that you have to find. There is nothing else within this life that you could say really is always applicable to me. I see, now hey, for as far as I can recall to be, yeah, that is the calm that you need. If you got it, then you can do anything. If you do not have it, you are already lost, man. It's what I like to believe, but see, conditionally, it could be differently. But if it happened 3 times in a row, it is safe to assume that it will be a pattern that will repeat itself constantly when those variables are present within this reality. But how do I know? I've got all of the variables though. Trial and error, yes, you better get to know. Experimentation, that is how we get to know all that we can get and grasp from a paper book. Peter bought, others had already understood. Unless we go it in our own way, try to articulate using our framework and do it at a young age. So you are using your cognitive faculties, they are wired differently, see neurologically. So I am like okay, want to retain that, so I work on that every single day. I am like okay, always stick up in the air at 6 a.m. in the morning. Where I be, the sun is coming up and I am chilling steadily. I do this because it is activating parts of my brain. See the way that I do it, the cadence, that is the key. It is not quantity but quality. I start to notice that though when I started doing less but better push-ups, bro. Hey, from a few hundred to just 100 to 200 a day, and that is feeling great. It's making me grow every day. Now I must say, the quality over quantity it would need to be, and also see it in my code, and also see it in all of the things that I do, like the book that I wrote, or the music that I do produce, or all of the shit that I like to do. It is an universal element within my own world. So I am like, yo, this is my own type of swirl. And it cannot go wrong as long as you've got the faith within your brain in the right place. The only thing that affects this bigger place are factors that affect your reality. So look at that accordingly. Do not get preoccupied with the necessities are not necessary in the first place, but do they preoccupy a part of your brain? It could be worth of something more powerful potential that you see. The concentration as I said that creates potency. You've got to bottle it, cash it up, memory, and be like that is what is up. Drink it up, mana potion, what is that, mama? Yeah, exactly, enchantments that we be casting no blue circle. I am like this is all I know. The craft, yeah, practice that, better know. Sky though. Luna, the sky. Luna, in the sky. answers there are quite straightforward for you there. Like, do not overcomplicate, man. You know, the only problem is problems are like labeled things, you know. Like, it is a problem because I think I classify whatever I classify as a problem as a problem. You know, it's an assignment, it's a creation. Make it serve you and not, like, you know, use you. Do not be enslaved by what you've got within your brain. You better start to enslave that what you create upon the day to day. If it is yours, it is your own domain, your own domain. Do not let it control that what you do, okay? Now you've got the freedom of the consciousness that you had ought to find. You were like, yo, I want to be like what I have I got within the mind. The emotions were like, yo, think in terms of result, not action. Better know, yo. And when I did that though, the action, reaction, result, that potential, the reward would be so great. But now you start to see the gratitude, the quality, the journey that is precious all to me. Do not care about the typical materialism though. Binding memories, yeah, better know. What is that? Magical practice on a day to day. Combine it with some science, this is just what I have got to say. Yo, they pretend that they know it all, but I have been studying like what do I know though? I can show you, better get to know. What is water? This is just how I go. Yo, flow and all that I know. I'm looking at the clouds right above me as I do some push-ups, and I am like, I'm just chilling. This is just a real life. I'm just sitting up, eating the grass, yeah. Meditating, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah. I'm just looking at some creatures. What is up? Hey, this is resembling life month. Make the memory encapsulate just like a bubble. Then when I refer to that, it is a solid as it could be if I consolidate throughout the experience that I obtain. Like I meditate, close my eyes and go up into my own space. Then when I reach back to that in the future ahead, I am like, it felt great. There's no need to look back in a bad way. No, instead I can just have peace with the thoughts within me. Have been doing that for some years straight, see. Purifying every single bit of me and letting everything be regulated accordingly. Yo, I am like I am up in space. I create apple strings in my own type of way. On that how nobody do as you will, and so mote it be that wicks and read. And I am just like, yo, you better stop to read. I write like a system. This is my mind all night, multi-threading just as I be. I am just like, yo, I need to process the data within me. But where did it even come from there? What's the original? Why, the how, what, where, when? Now I see essential reality within me. Conscious redirection be. Yeah, like, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life?
Hey, here we go, drop it.
What is purpose to begin with? Is it given? So what purpose do you give it? What is it? 'Cause I know mine. Right, when I started with this though, I was like, I know exactly what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. It is following this light because I know that things come to go. It is just a part of this life, your stages that we go through. Parts of life that we will engage with that we have never even seen. And the present ourselves will seem young in a few years too. A few months, maybe a few weeks, you never know what lays ahead of thee. The uncertainty, the hills that you will climb. But every time, be sure to have that gratitude within the mind. Be contentious, now you see that there are always mountains higher than you where you are currently. So do not rush the race because you only get so high. You can never be the best anyway. How would you even know to begin with? And why are you doing it for some rainy system type of shit? I do it for myself. Do it for my feeling, do it for my health, do it for creations. This is my well of life. When I was younger, walking through the forest some other day in Berlin or something like that, there was like some swamp, and I said in my brain that this well of life better give me life. Okay, I still vividly remember, and I think it started it all. In a way, I have been having things happen to me like every single day. I see things up within the space. I'm just like I am, just there I am, just where I am at today. Cannot always word it though, but the words be coming later. But now I start to know that associate like interconnect many ways. You always try to overcomplicate because you do not take the time to ask yourself why and how. Enough many times, but sometimes you do not have the right to know. So you be like, yo, I expect that I could know by saying that you have got the audacity, by saying that you are just like, yo, what would it be? But I do not know, maybe there is no answer for me to receive. Like if I ask myself what is within a book before I even read it though. How could I know the context like that is impossible? Be realistic with yourself, like you baffled the brain. Rationality, now you better start to claim. Yes, you overclock your GPU, graphical user processor, what it be? Now that is not correctly, but I see that is just how it functions within me. So it is processing just accordingly. Creatures. That essence thereof. Essence.
Hey, you mean I'll drop dead?
We are just up in this place. As I am sitting on this mountain, I just meditate. I just pay some gratitude for the way that I just made, for being able to say that I am in this present place. You know it has not been easy every day, though it seems like it goes in that way. But that is because we deal with the ache, and that is just how we improve every day. I try to make it more difficult every time that I return. Be persistent and I am like, yo, what is this? This the goal, motivation of my creation would be inspiration that I do seek, and that is the motivation for me. As I seek the inspiration, then I start to see as the inspiration just grow within me. Now I start to gain the motivation instead. Now it is like a cycle effect. It is what maintains what is maintaining the whole. The cycle would be till infinity, a infinite energy internally. Well, not technically, but you get what I mean. So I'm just looking at that, and I look at this, and I am like, this is where I am at. This is just a creature at its own pace. Hear the beats buzzing like through the air. Okay, they're talking about like ancient stories too. As they buzz upon some flowers, they just do what they do. But see how simple life could be, still they work so hard as it seems. They're so cute though. Now it seems like they got nothing going on for themselves. But imagine yourself be just like a bee. You would be occupied by whatever may come your way. Life would not seem that easy, okay? But still it is living in its own type of way. The difference would be the consciousness you read in the brain. Like if you think about it in terms of experience though, the beat just goes like nearly autonomous, bro. We are going with the sense of thinking. There's a consciousness, the awareness, like what they're drinking. It is making us feel like it is in a way that it is not necessarily like what the fuck, man. So like I just take my time to separate from that. I just free where I am, yeah. I'm just good. I just fly. I'm just high in the sky.
Hey, you mean I'll drop dead?
Creatures, creatures. I say, hey, creatures, hey, creatures, hey, creatures. I am looking at some creatures in this place. See some creatures that are just alive, okay? That also see a creature that is not alive. A rabbit that did die right beside where I would sit though. I am like, damn, no, it was all torn open by some wolf or something. I am like, I'm not a dad, that is not for me. I am just walking past now and thinking to myself, yo, that is poor for the tin, but oh well. Nature has its own type of way. It is not meant to be nice, and I must really say that do not be surprised if it ends up being in a way that you don't even expect within your brain, because you know, what certainty do you have got? What is the audacity? What do you base that upon? I'm on exactly none. So I say, hey, is there any objective basis for that anyway? That reasoning does not make it real at the end of the day. Words refer to words, the words that word is the word. Okay, what is that? What it refers to do? You know the purpose of the words in the first place, you know. Yeah, I am just looking for it all over the place. asking myself like, what is this, what you've got within your brain? Are you sure you want to go in that way? But Goddess is like, follow me, I'll show the way. And I follow Goddess every day, meditate, keep your mind calm, be at peace, okay, least on love and let them all know they care for dough in your own way. This is what we do, be yourself and just go in that way. Yeah, you've got the element within the brain, it's the synchrony, this is the symbiotic type of state. Interconnectivity, my cellular connections that are below my feet. I took a moment to prevent it, suddenly it entered a different space. It feels like I am like ultra super stonely high, like hey, where am I at? Just in another dimension though, just talking to some aliens, like better get to know. I was thinking about some aliens today, thinking a bit in my brain. I was like, okay, what would they do? Yeah, visualization be simulate the creation within me, activate the neurons within me, responsible for functioning like I want to be. Then just repetition, integration, let's see inhibition with form and the formation would be a beautiful rock that occurs within me, a mountain I sit on top of and say, I just like to meditate and be at peace, okay. There is nothing else within life that could be the goal. Are a lot of things that are implied by that though. So simple it seems until you start to engage. Simple would be technicality, but see, place the practice into place, the wisdom that will start to shape. You start to laugh about suffering because you know what it takes. Hey, and that is just in that type of way. Hey, because you know you live it in that way. Yeah, so I ain't looking at it in that way, man, because that feels in the best way. Yeah, and what do I say? That I look at creatures every day in the grass and the trees and everywhere. They are just everywhere, crawling all around. Caterpillars and some shit like that is what we're now. Got to take your time to walk around and be like Earth myself now. You've got to feel the connection below your feet as you regulate the flow from up to down and start to see the purity as you inhale that fresh air. Exhale, let go of what do not care. Let go does not serve a purpose. I see the purpose would be to contribute to the cause that is me. If it is internally, see, I want to maintain the structure that is just me, and anything outside of this castle, it can just be fine. But when it starts to attack, you know I have got to get mine. I'm just doing what I do, I am just in my space. I defend my territory, I just stay up into place. Pave my own way, so I'm not worried about people doing the intersection of me. Now I am going to be free, I'm just living like I am just up with in the slums. Meditate, feel the trees that are right beside me. And I'm like, this is life, tell my brother and be like, be alright, recognize yourself, do not forget who you are, because power that would be in the character that you have got within thee. There will be people coming across in this life at some point though, that will break that personality, but better know, you've got to maintain, but just retain the ability that you do claim. When you start to recognize it in yourself every day and be like, oh yes, okay, it feels so right to be in this way. Then you just start to maintain and not to create, as I increase the potency within my brain. Now you see, as I move, do it this way. As I move, and I'm going in a type of way, because I am up in the outer space. Hey, feels like I can feel gravity though. How are you? I'm like fucking 11 out of 10. Where is that at, man? This is somewhere that I cannot even comprehend. At the top of a leaf or a chill like an ant, I'm just busy with some lipids, do we chill? Yeah, produce a sap out of the tree, take that to the nest where is the queen. It's just like some ants up in the space, autonomous, they are not even centralized. Okay, people be thinking that they actually defend the queen though, but in all actuality they are just doing what they are collectively choosing to do. It is not necessarily that they do it for the queen though, they are more so using their hand like eating shit and all of that. I don't know, but I read it and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Yo, have you ever seen a creature that is just like, yo, this is more than a dream? Have you seen, but this is just a dream? It's a dream and it is so beautiful, as it will ever be. Yeah, I'm so Fucking high. Hectic. 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 That is fire. 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 I say that is fire, okay. That is fire, that is fire, oh, okay. That is fire, that is fire, oh, okay. That is fire, that is fire, oh, okay. That is fire that'll hold up in my hand like the flame that is within my heart. It will never die, man. What's that recognition that you need in order to perform that is the key function of that would be maintaining the self. You know, that's what we all do in life, you know, dude. Just maintain. You just survive as you slowly die. Think about it rationally. Would seem weird if you did not think about it correctly. I can see, but now look at it clearly. Now you start to see that is the actuality. Spending time thinking that you could buy it back. Spending time like, really, where the fuck is it at? Not exactly, now just take my time. I project and I'm like, this time is really mine. What is focus? Now I do create, proliferate the creations that I do really place. I make sure that they are not just serving me at the end of the day, but rather all of those who I love as well. Though look at me, I am like a tree. As they stand around me, I get the shade from the sun that radiates them. Though you see, yeah, metaphorically aliens that are above me. I'm just like the aliens shooting lasers down. But I'm not afraid, I've got the caterpillar right now. Caterpillar creates a force field around me, electromagnetically charged. I am just going to create an impulse that is a million times the strength of what it could usually be at the maximum that has ever been recorded. Though then you see the entire spaceship explodes right in front of me. Try to fuck with me. The caterpillar power is like, ah, nah, you cannot fuck with me. The caterpillar keeps you crawling on regardlessly, even though the world was about to evaporate. See, so I'm like, this is just me. I'm just floating into space because it will be fine nonetheless. I'm just like creature in space. Just creature in space. I'm just creature up in space. It's the creatures, man. That's the creature up in the space. That's the creature up in the space. Name the coral reef, there is just a crab. The crab is just like, yo, this is exactly where I'm at. It's looking all around, it sees a stone and there it goes. Tries to go get to the stone, and there it sees a fish that is coming right in here. The fish is like, what the fuck are you even going to begin? The crab is like, nah bro, you cannot fuck with me. But the fish is like, nah, I am going to fuck with you. Now the crab is running away as fast as it could, never even have seen it. But I'm like, oh no, I chase it down, then I see that the fish is chasing along with me. Rockets launched at my way, but I am not going to stop, I say. Throw the rockets far away, throw the fish up into place, eat the motherfucker up. Fire. Probably gonna be like the last song on the album. Yeah, it's a nice little 15 songs. Has been great, has been a beautiful time, okay. Has been great, has been great, has been a beautiful time, okay. Hey, hey, that's been a beautiful time. I've been floating through my mind. Now what did I really find? A piece of the mind. Is the switch, this control panel too. As you start to familiarize yourself with interactivity that occurs within your brain, you start to understand it is not all that weird, okay? You gotta go in the right way. Yeah, take your time to orient your brain. How else are you going to coordinate in the right way? What is the map that you have got within your brain? Look at characteristics, pattern recognition would be an excuse to do it differently. See, exceptionally, but I never said that it could not be conditionally. That would be foolish of me. It could be as dynamic as it would like to be. Well, as dynamic as it is allowed to be. The way that would be, there's at least one way older than the way that is presently present to me. But I believe there are possibilities beyond my present comprehensibility. I am like okay, so I go up in a way. Try to study and just find like a ring in my brain. Just looking at some creatures gather up in the grass. It's a baby goat, and I like the thing is as big as my cat though. I look at my cat, I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's a creature in space, just like me. I'm a creature as well. And as I am just creaturing through this space, I'm just creaturing and creaturing like further away. I listen to some birds, I chirp at some birds. I listen to a tree, I just hug a tree. I just lie, yeah, and then I am light. I wanna hack the world, but nah, never mind. I'm just going to be programming this. People strike different, do not do bad shit. But at the same time, it's tempting as it be to just burn all of society. But you know, you gotta rationalize within your brain, because the would be foolish of it anyway. But sometimes when you look at what it does, it is like, damn, emotionally I would do that though. But then the logic kicks in too. It is like, nah, Dashie, bro, you gotta chill down, my dude. But I am like, alright, that is unfair, alright. But still, this is something that I see within my mind. Yeah, and it is just a bit of place, just like me flying on a rocket ship so far away. I'm just going to Mars or to Neptune, so far away. Do not know how I would survive, but I would just be. Take a spliff with me and meet some aliens there. I tell them, yo, take a hit from the split, man. Straight from Earth to straight for 20 delivery will be. Yo, and they are like, yo, this is crazy. Take a hit and start to fly away. They are like, yo, we've never hit some shit like this before, man. I'm like, that is that Dash OG Kush. Yeah, we smoking that like this is just all good. Yo, before this starts, this is generally the last song on the album. Let me drink my potion. Tea, herbal tea. An actual potion. Well, it is an actual potion. Never mind. This is the last song. But I already recorded the last song, but I forgot to record it, so I just sung it to Luna. Quite a cool note. The keyword be being content, C, being content, C, being content, C, being content, C, being content. You've got to be able to be at peace. If you're constantly moving, how could you even know? Were you even really real aside? Like you're up in the zone. Always looking around, busy like what is there next now. But I am like me, need to take my break every day. Take my breaks, but I have to go on hard, so hard that I feel kind of tired too. But I am like, this is just what I chosen to do. I take a bit of Red Bull and here we go, you know. I am just doing what I do today, yo. Life has been quite fucking great, yo. For the first time I'm able to say, yo, I'ma get you whatever my mind. Hey, I'm just up in the space, yeah. I've been accomplishing a lot, okay, yeah. I've been doing this straight from the dirt, yeah. And I always took the hardest route, man, yeah. Never made it easy because I was like, this practice, it will make me survive. As it did, and it shall continue to do. See the applicability of this is just one rule. Up in the space, doing remember stress. If you do not touch your palm, then you already lost the race. I say like I needed at least to even be good at it anyway. Calmly and smoothly I go. I just move in up within my zone. I can do whatever I wish calmly. That includes that what is a rush, you see. But I could not do calmly rushingly. That would be an impossibility. Now you need to move with calm. Move as you go, like this is how I know what, where, how it was gone. The time like history is gone. As it goes, memories retain. Only thing, reflection of the past, okay. Something that will leave a mark in your life. Don't lie, yes, alright. Just contain, manifest within the brain. What is that? Lunar, lunar. That is lunar. That is lunar. That is lunar. Lunar in the space. Lunar shit, do what it does, okay? Lunar shit stuck up in space. Reflecting light even though it is as dark as it be. Just look, you know, we spawned right beside the sun. Innocent on top of way. The gravitational pull is making us move in this way. The motion like I just sway, constantly moving through the outer space. Yo, we are organisms, let's just be humans today. We are creatures, we are creatures. We are creatures, we are creatures. We are creatures. I'm a creature, we's a creatures. I'm a creature, creature. I'm a creature, I'm a creature. I'm a creature.